Right, this is a digital clamp meter. It has a sticker that says MY2610D on it. So I was sent this to review for free. If you wanted to purchase it, MSRP is $44. I've seen it listed for $39 with the current discount online. They haven't paid me for my review, and my opinions remain my own. So inside we have a warranty card, a little AC clamp meter manual that describes how to use it in various specifications, and we have the meter itself inside of this little semi-rigid case. So we open it up, comes with a decent amount of accessories, includes 2 AAA batteries. We have the clamp meter itself in a plastic baggie, and it has a little protective sticker over the screen. Looks like we're going to need a Phillips screwdriver to put those batteries in. Well, that's a classy touch. They actually include a Phillips screwdriver so you can put the batteries in without having to get your own screwdriver out. On the back there is a sticker, says 2025-01-06601. It might be a date or serial number type sticker. Quality control passed, number 3. We have a small knob here. It's easier to move by moving around with your thumb here, I think, than grabbing that guy. But it has the different modes that you can flip through and off. Now, accessory-wise, they include a thermocouple here, so it can be used as a temperature probe by plugging these into your probe points, and then it'll measure the temperature at the end. It looks, I mean, it basically has the thermocouple just kind of hanging off the end there. It looks like it's a little fragile and delicate, so I'd be worried about that thing breaking off the 2 tiny little wires there, but they do include that. And then they include some test points here. So here they have some kind of shields that when you put them on still show the tip of this guy, or you can take them off and have, you know, a larger portion exposed there. They're about, I'd say, I'd say they're about 3 feet long with the banana plugs at the end. Alright, operation is pretty straightforward. We have a 600 amp and a 60 amp setting for the clamp meter. They have a selection button that lets you pick between different options. So the white option is by default, and there's a yellow option, which are things you can cycle through. So for example, when I go to 60 amps, it by default is AC. If I hit select, it goes to DC amps. The one that's probably most overload is this guy. So we have ohms, we have a diode, we have a capacitance, and then we have continuity with the beeper on it. And then you can do frequency, percentage, non-contact voltage detection. So up here, if you get that near an AC source, it'll beep at you. You have just volts. It defaults to AC. You hit select, it'll go to DC. And then you have the temperature, which defaults to centigrade. You hit select, it'll go Fahrenheit. There's a backlight button there. There's also a hold button. If you tap, it'll hold. If you hold the hold button, if you press and hold, it'll do the flashlight. So you press and hold, this flashlight turns on, so you have a little light that shines in. It's not super bright, but you know, it's in a dark panel or something, it'll light up what's going on. If you press and hold again, that light will turn off again. Alright, testing out the non-contact voltage. I'm getting little red beeps as I get close to the outlet, or if I'm touching a cord. Looks about half an inch or so from that 120 volt cord. Alright, I plugged in the thermocouple, set it to Fahrenheit. It says 71 degrees Fahrenheit, which seems pretty reasonable. If I put my fingers on this guy, it starts moving up quite quickly. It's at now 87 Fahrenheit. So it seems like the thermocouple has a pretty quick response time. I let my finger go, it starts dropping back down to the ambient temperature. Alright, I have this guy set to AC voltage. We're just going to plug it into the end of an extension cord here. So we're getting 124.2 volts. The backlight there turned red, so I guess that's indication that you have high AC voltage. A different meter is reading 123.9 or 0.8. Go back to this guy. .0, so within 0.2 of a volt of a different meter. Put into frequency mode, it says 60.05 Hertz on my AC line here. I have this guy clamped onto my well pump, or I should say one leg of my well pump, and we've turned on the water, so we are going to wait for that well pump to kick in. Now that backlight turned off, so I had to manually turn it back on. It looks like it's about a 30-second delay on the backlight to turn off again. There's the well pump. We have a soft starter on this guy, and so you saw it peaked up there, and the 10 amps is about what I'm expecting while the well pump is running. I can push the hold button and it'll hold that value so I can take it off, look at it, carry it around, show it to a customer, that type of thing. So my other meter says this resistor is 120.4 ohms. So this guy says 119.8 ohms. So the resistor body says 120 ohms. My other meter said it was 120.5. This guy says 119.8. So it's, within a half a ohm of the other meter or the marked body of the resistor here. We hit select, and we're going to nanofarads here on the capacitor. Now I have a 1000 microfarad capacitor, which is a pretty big capacitor. And it's changed to the microfarad rating. Now it's changed to millifarads. So it says 0.927. So it's basically saying 925, 924 microfarads. And the capacitor here has a plate rating of 1000. I don't have another capacitance reader to test against, but it's definitely getting in the general range of what the capacitance is on this capacitor. Alright, I put this guy through its paces. Very easy to use. I haven't even looked at the manual. There might be features I'm missing, but pretty easy to just set it to what you want. There's a couple of these that are overloaded. You just have to change to whichever functionality you want. So the amp reading was right in line with what I expected to see. The voltage reading, the resistance reading, the capacitance reading, they're all working out just as I would expect. So I can't say exactly how calibrated it is, but it's pretty darn close. So it's certainly close enough to do diagnostic work. Alright, looking through the manual, it does list some accuracy specifications for this guy. It says that the auto time off is 15 minutes, so if you forget and leave it somewhere, this guy will shut down after 15 minutes. The manual looks pretty complete, basically shows you how to use all the different modes and so forth. I didn't see any obvious errors in the manual. It's double insulated, 600 volts, Cat 3. So looks pretty reasonable as a little AC clamp meter to carry around and do all types of other measurements.